Hurricane Lester remains a Category 2 storm, but is weakening and is still on a track that keeps it north of our islands. We will likely feel some of its effects starting tomorrow. Mostly rain, high surf, and some wind. A hurricane watch remains in effect for Honolulu and Maui counties, along with a high surf warning for all east-facing shores. As a result, the path that leads to the Makapu'u tide pools has been closed.
People need to know that we're always going to plan for the worst. And we don't want people to let their guard down. You know, they become fatigued and say, we don't need to worry. We need to pay attention. You saw with Darby, people driving around on Sunday evening getting stuck on H1 and then getting upset because they were stuck on H1 when we repeatedly said through the weekend, only go out if you absolutely have to.
There are not any shelters open on Oahu right now, but officials say they have 6 on standby. The city has also not canceled any camping permits. We have several reports tonight. Manola Morales spoke with officials over concerns at Lake Wilson. Elisa Arevalo has more on the rising surf concerns. Marissa Yamani's on Maui for preparations there. And Alex Serball is standing by at the Central Pacific Hurricane Center. First, let's check with Justin Cruz for the latest on Lester. Just?
Joe, we'll start with a satellite picture of Lester as it slowly moves to the northwest of the islands. What you could take away from this is that the eye started to fill in with clouds. That's a sign of weakening. Also, some wind shear is starting to affect Lester, and there's even stronger wind shear as Lester moves to the west. So those are good things in terms of weakening the storm well before it reaches the island. The track still has it moving parallel to the state this weekend. The areas or the time, Saturday 2 a.m., it'll be with 90-mile-per-hour winds, 80-mile-per-hour winds on Saturday afternoon, and then 75. So still a hurricane, but offshore. We're not going to see or feel those winds. Those are winds around the center. Our winds should be lighter. Tropical storm force winds, maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour. And we do anticipate getting some of that rain as it pulls up moisture from the south and brings it over the island. So initially, northeasterly winds veer to the southwest by tomorrow and Sunday. So we do anticipate some rain. As far as those winds, again, most of the strongest winds will be far offshore. About a 25% chance of the state, especially Oahu and Maui, seeing tropical storm force winds. So those percentages have slowly decreased. The biggest threat, large surf and damaging surf for the islands, with sporadic heavy rain and possible thunderstorms tomorrow, possibly Sunday as well, and that east shore surf up to 25 feet with 1 to 2 feet of storm surge. We'll have more on Lester a little bit later. At this point, Joe, back to you.
Thanks, Jess. Officials are also keeping a close eye on Lake Wilson. They say the level is already higher than normal, so heavy rain could cause flooding problems for some area residents. Manola Morales got some answers on where problems can occur and what residents can do. Manola?
Joe, residents from Otake Camp in Wailua have been flooded by Lake Wilson before, so we went back there today to see if they're aware of the problem. Residents point out that an area of land now sitting underwater is usually dry when Lake Wilson is at its normal height. We reached out to Dole Foods, which owns and operates the lake, and we're told on average Lake Wilson is 65 to 70 feet deep. Today it was 78.5 feet. When it reaches 80 feet, water starts discharging into a spillway, which is supposed to prevent flooding, but can still happen depending on how much rain we get. So there's reason for concern.
We're monitoring it very carefully. We're working with Department of Land and Natural Resources and the private sector to make sure that the water level is such that we don't need to worry. And should there be a need, we will take action regarding Lake Wilson.
It's kind of scary because it's only, this far from my front porch.
Lisa Walker lives just a few feet away from the stream in Otake Camp. In past years, that stream became inundated with rain and overflow from Lake Wilson. She's keeping her eyes and ears fixed to the stream as the storm approaches. Will you sleep well this weekend?
As long as I hear this, I'm fine. If it starts getting louder, then I won't sleep as good because I can tell when it gets higher and then all the bushes start going down, and then I know it could happen like that.
Residents tell me that the last time this area got flooded, the water got up to the top stair right by their door. Never got inside. Residents are hoping that the next flood doesn't get any worse.
Well, I'm lucky enough to be here where I can keep a close eye on it. And, you know, if I need to call my neighbors, I can call them and let them know because, like I know it could come fast.
A spokesman for Dole Foods tells us when the water goes over the spillway and it is raining heavily, there is likely to be some flooding downstream. He adds that the outlets have been maximum open since June, but continuous summer rain has caused lake levels to rise even with the outlet at maximum open. Dole points out that it's not just overflow from Lake Wilson, but rain from Wailua Mountains can contribute to the flooding in the area. Manolo Morales, KHON 2 News.
Lester is bringing big surf to East Shores, creating dangerous surf conditions. Elisa Arevalo follows up on that. Elisa?
Yeah, Joe, we've seen some pretty big waves all day out here, and you probably can't see them behind me, but there are several people right now surfing, even kayaking. However, ocean safety officials say if you are not experienced, you should not be out on the water. Now, something else we want to mention to you, tomorrow starting at 7 a.m., Department of Transportation crews will be out here to make some emergency repairs to prevent erosion on Kamehameha Highway near Ka'ava Road. Traffic will be contraflowed in the Mauka Lane. Lester may be moving north of Hawaii, but Oahu residents are still urged to be prepared.
The winds are going to be 30 to 40 miles per hour, so, you know, God, we're having gusty trades right now above that. So, but we will have stronger winds.
Waves could go as high as 25 feet.
Yeah, in the summer times we usually don't see too many northwest swells of this size and power, so it's always a treat, you know, summertime treat.
It's a treat for experienced surfers, but officials are strongly warning others to play it safe.
Keep in mind, if you do decide to go in the ocean with a kayak, a stand-up board, or a surfboard, or a canoe, that these things can get away from you and blow away as well.
The Department of Transportation will also make emergency repairs to Kamehameha Highway this weekend in Ka'ava to prevent erosion underneath the road. Meanwhile, residents on the North Shore are getting ready, not for the surf, but for the wind and possible power outages.
So we get some good waves and stuff, but it's always important to stay prepared, and we've been getting a couple generators ready and water supplies up.
Taking the wind chimes down and, you know, any loose furniture in the yard that could blow away. But besides that, not too worried.
Now, ocean safety officials are again asking people to please play it safe. They're telling people to stay off the rocks, stay off of ledges, and to avoid wet sand. Now, tomorrow for Hanauma Bay, city officials say they are going to be taking a look at the surf in the morning, and they will make a determination then on whether or not to close it. Reporting live in Ka'ava, Elisa Arevalo, KHON 2 News.